Hi, welcome to another video about world religions. Thank you so much to everyone who sends me any kind of post so that I can make these videos. Today we are going to a new religious society, a sect called Loving God. Maybe you know this one, Loving Bistro. You're wondering what kind of nonsense this is. These are just vegans. Vegans are not a sect. Well, that's a topic in itself, but Loving Hat is really an organization directly connected to a religious one with a religious background. The leader of the Loving Hadu community is actually the Supreme Master Ching Hai. That's what she's called, Supreme Master, about whom you can learn from the so-called Supreme Master TV, which even exists in the Czech Republic and is dubbed. So what's the Loving Had religion all about? Maybe you go to eat it as ordinary consumers, yes, and you are actually those, as I want to call them, sheep. Rather, but just those people who, when they arrive there, start eating a vegan diet, so can learn through promotional materials that Ching Hai teaches that we all need to become vegan, otherwise this planet will perish. She even started her worshippers or her followers when, as soon as you just step in, you're actually encouraged to start a follower. Loving hot, it's your duty as a believer to start vegan restaurants all over the world, she do. So the cell was stressing people out with it, saying, if we don't set up by this date and by this date so many vegan restaurants, the planet will die. So people really put into it all sorts of things, and they put money into it and so on. You can even subscribe to Ching Hai's newsletter. She publishes videos all the time. The first apocalypse was supposed to be around 2012, but in the meantime it was delayed thanks to the fact that they had built enough age bysters. So it was delayed and she was on her website. He always writes, if you become vegan and repent, I promise you that you will be able to. I'll take you to heaven within 6 months from this date. That was just a year ago. Yeah, she keeps sending out challenges like this. All vegans will survive. All non-vegans will be destroyed during the terrible, catastrophic events of the apocalypse. That's their belief. Believers truly believe it. When I first arrived there, we have here in Pancrac, Loving Bistro, paradoxically. It was originally a Loving HUD system, but apparently one of the owners stopped believing in Ching Hai, which isn't so strange, because they simultaneously have to pay her some money from those bistros, and some revenue, of course, for the promotion of her company, and they just have to have the materials there and so on. So they renamed it Loving Bistro. They continue to sell vegan food, and they're not fully that hardcore connected anymore. At least that's what the employees there told me. What's interesting is that female employees, at least in the Loving Bistro, and I think they continue to be quite a lot, the Asians often insisted to me that they are not followers. They are Mahayana Buddhists, by the way. Ching Hai was originally as well, but it seems that she hires her workforce as Buddhists. She focuses more on Western believers to become workers in Loving Hut. It's probably not a very profitable job. I was curious how much they get paid there, but in fact you are supposed to establish Tibet. To me, on one hand, this whole concept of salvation through establishing vegan restaurants and veganism is quite endearing and sympathetic. On the other hand, the apocalyptic emphasis which she constantly includes is quite scary. Ching Hai also obviously believes in aliens, in conspiracies, eh? If you read her websites, the latest videos, maybe she talks about some mysterious intelligence which was born in a black hole, created by scientists, and which is always there. Insane but actually utterly hardcore, crazy conspiracy theory, which she overwhelms her followers with. For several years also, after several of her planned apocalypses failed to happen, she went into seclusion. You know that there's often a period of silence or quiet time with cult leaders when they withdraw and further work on their teachings. Well, Ching Hai doesn't really perform that much anymore. She only broadcasts her videos every once in a while, in which she just shares, show any message?